Hello and welcome to today's episode. We are going to be attempting to implement the 100 days of data, or as I've just recently seen, we're going to be trying to implement basically reading the last 20 years of prices and saving them to a text file. That is the aim, and hopefully once I get that done, we can then analyze that data to use in our algorithm. So if we query this URL, and because its output size is full size, we're going to get the daily close from the most recent, which was the 10th of January 2025, to 1999. So that is insane. So I see no issue with just calling that API request once, saving all that data to a file, and then we can just analyze as much as we need. Like, we could only read in the last 100 days if we wanted to, so there is no harm in doing that. I'm going to create a new directory called stock data, where we're going to save the prices for the last 20 years. So first things first, I'm going to work on getting this function updated and working. It looks like we've now got our data points in a big massive vector, which is perfect. So we have, I'm probably going to risk the end of the terminal up here, but we've got the price for each close for the past 20 years now. So what we'll probably end up doing is just returning this data and then writing it to a file so that we could retrieve it and analyze it later. This means we don't have to do constant calls for the same stock. So if we do Apple one day, we really don't need to pull it again, other than that 1 day difference. Interestingly, we can't write a vector straight to a file, which I guess makes sense. This will just basically combine the vector. Instead of being bang, 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 it'll just be one string long with new line characters. So basically it simulates, like when you write it, it'll just put it onto a new line. We're going to attempt to download our first data. This is still using the temporary API, like the test. I will enter, was it BMI? No, IBM. So now, oh yeah, look at that. So it looks like we now have the data being saved to a file for the last 100 years, and oh my goodness, it's 200 lines long. I'm curious to see how big that file is. Yeah, so that's only 100 kilobytes. We don't need to be worrying about trying to make this more storage efficient, because realistically you're never going to have too many in here. So now that we've got it working with the temporary demo URL, let's try RealTicker. So that should be the API working now for any stocks we do. We need to be very careful though, as we can only do 25 calls of this a day. Let's pray that it works. Let's get AMD. Okay, we have AMD. Before we do anything else, let's check if it looks right. AMD. Oh no, there's nothing in here. Okay, let's check the log files. Unfortunately, it is a premium. Apparently it's a premium endpoint, which I can't see anywhere, so I need to quickly scan the page. Yeah, it doesn't say anywhere about being premium. I don't see that anywhere. So it turns out the adjusted one is premium, which is really unfortunate, because that basically it's just got a lot of niceties. So we have to get rid of the adjusted, and then I'm assuming it will now work. We're going to download AMD again. Let's see. Oh yeah, there we go. We have now got AMD's price. The only issue is it doesn't have as many data points for stock splits. We're just going to have to deal with that, unfortunately. But that's working, which is perfect. So now I'm just going to gather a couple tickers that I can get now and get working. Because once we have them, we don't have to call these ones again. Okay, so we've gotten quite a few tickers now. With our data now being saved, we should definitely do a commit. Great. I'm actually going to add another log. So now we can check on our to-do list. We did that. We saved the historical data on stocks. Now, reading in the lines is not going to be the hard part. The hard part is going to be thinking of a way we'll analyze the stock history data. We haven't done much to the moving average algo, so I'm going to add that in as well. Another point that we could do is only get stock data if it's not the same, like if it's not the same date it's been queried on. Or another way to say it is only get the data if there, if there's been updated new data. That API is so 25 days it's not a lot. One thing I definitely want to add is going to be crypto, being able for the algorithms to work on Bitcoin, Ethereum, even maybe some meme coins. I think we maybe need to look into other potential algorithms. I don't know if these are the best. We should update the algorithms to be able to save state and load state. When the algorithm starts, we should maybe have it optional if you want to load from a previous state. And then when the algorithm is done or the market closes, we could save our state. I think that's everything for today. If you've enjoyed watching or you have any other to-dos that you think I should definitely add, please let me know. That'll be very much appreciated. Thank you very much. See you guys next time.